And Travis Geisler in the 36 on the racetrack. David Stremme was scheduled to be the first car out, but Geisler making his laps here today, Larry.
Yeah, this is only his second Busch Series start, or attempting to make his second Busch Series start. This is the car that is normally driven by Steve Grissom, but Travis drove back at Nashville last month, and they have a sponsor on the side of this car. This is the first race that this car has had a sponsor. Normally they have the race team's name on the side, DCT, which is for Dreams Come True, but they got the National City Corporation, which is one of the nation's largest financial holding companies.
Larry, there's so much to talk about in this qualifying session. It looks like the track record is in jeopardy of going down. A lot of drivers better than Casey Atwood's mark set in 1999, and different agendas. Teams have to accomplish different things here in qualifying.
Let's go to Jeff Hammond real quick first on Travis, and we'll talk about that when we come back.
Larry, I got a chance to talk to Travis Geisler this morning. The car that he's driving right now is the car he had at Nashville. The car was going really well in practice about a week and a half ago, but he got around, blew a left front tire out, and wrecked the car basically. Not serious damage, but Ricky and Eddie Pearson had to take it back to their shop, and they worked extensively to, wee hours of the morning before they come up here to get this car repaired. So they've had a long week. They felt very confident about this race car coming in here.
Now, Travis's second lap was as quick as 34.26. That's actually a little slower than what he practiced, but I don't know if we got trouble down in 3 and 4. Caution is out.
Several cars in the wall. Lap 3, first caution out. Clint Boyer and the Richard Childress Racing number 21. Heavy damage to the rear end of that car.
Yeah, this is the same car that he had at Nashville where he was so strong. And look at Billy Parker, Rusty Wallace's car, the 66. A lot of damage to that race car. These guys were back there running somewhere about mid-pack. As you say, a lot of damage to the rear of that car. Of course, what they'll try to do is try to stay on the lead lap, see if they can repair these cars.
Let's take a look at the replay. Parker spinning at the bottom of your screen up into the wall. Hard to see how it actually began.
And what we're hearing on Clint Boyer is he just didn't get a good start. He started 12th, and he already was back to 25th on the first lap.
So we're under caution for the first time this evening here at Gateway International. You're watching Busch Series Racing on FX. This is the 8th time the NASCAR Busch Series has raced at Gateway. In your Stacker 2 track fact, the race has never been won by the pole sitter. However, Martin Truex Jr. has led every lap tonight from the pole. Under caution for the second time, the 36 car driven by Travis Geisler, a one-car spin to the garage.
Yeah, remember Travis was involved in that earlier incident with Billy Parker and Paul Manard and Clint Boyer. He was running back in the 30th position when he, I think, got in trouble down in turn 1 and 2. But Dick Berggren, I'm curious about Greg Biffle.
Big wreck down in turns 1 and 2.
Big crash down in turn 1. At least 2 cars involved.
Another fireball.
That's the one car, Roy Buckshot Jones, second straight week in that James Finch-owned machine. Also the 36 car involved, Travis Geisler.
Need to get down there with the fire extinguisher, boys.
Let's go, let's go. Car. Waiting for the safety guys. He's out.
Good job.
Helmets off.
Good job.
He better stick his head up the fire trucks and run over him.
Hard hit down in turn 1. The car's still on fire. Thankfully, Buckshot is out of the car. He's in the grass.
He's almost looked like those cup wrecks last year at Pocono, and they come out with those new fire extinguishers, and obviously there's something happened on both those cars that they didn't work.
Well, we got to remember, we just pitted about 9 laps ago, so there are 22 gallons of fuel in the car.
They're heat sensitive, supposedly. When the heat goes there, they're supposed to kick off.
Ambulance down in turn 1, making its way down to the middle of turns 1 and 2, where Buckshot is. Waiting for the ambulance.
He's got a lot of smoke in him, that's for sure. There was a lot of smoke.
A lot of fire on that race car, Randy.
Yeah, he definitely got a lot of smoke in him. Look at that black smoke. He wasn't breathing too good right there. That's the second time. They said he almost didn't start this race. He hit his head in the hauler.
Had to get stitches, trying to catch his breath.
He's up, he's coughing.
Ambulance arriving.
anybody that's had any kind of fire and got any kind of smoke, you know, I mean, yes, we have full face helmets and stuff, but everything is still compacted to come right inside that helmet.
Now, Randy, when that happens as a driver, what all are you trying to get unhooked?
Everything, all at once.
How many things, though?
Well, you got your seat belts. That's usually one latch. You have your radio harness. You got your helmet hose. There's a lot of stuff. Take the steering wheel off. I mean, I was upside down in Vegas, and, you know, you see fire, and that's the first thing you want to do is get out. I mean, I forgot to take the steering wheel off, and you had to worm out behind the steering wheel. And I'm not that big. I'm a big worm.
Well, you know what makes it hard, like Randy said, is that taking the steering wheel and the seatbelt. But what really makes it tough is nowadays these seats that we run, they've really found that they make the seats stiffer, and we use these big head braces that we didn't used to run. You can't get out of the car now until you wiggle yourself around sideways. But you know, watching this wreck here and seeing it, it really bothers me to see how long it took the ambulance to get there to Buckshot. You know, to me, that's just unexcusable. There's a lot of safety things we can do, but that ambulance took too long to get to Buckshot.
Traveling team, did you hear that?
Under caution, horrific crash down in turns 1 and 2. Buckshot Jones, 73 laps in the books tonight. The good news, Buckshot was out of the race car. He's in the ambulance.
And that's one, like I said earlier, that's one of the easier shots. If that thing went straight into the wall, he would have been like loopier. But that's something that, okay, he had all his wits, but it was dark, the smoke was in there, he had flames, and that's a tough deal to get out of one of these race cars.
Under caution for the 4th time tonight here at the Kentucky Speedway. 73 laps in the books. You're looking at the remains of the one car. Horrific looking crash. The good thing, Buckshot out of the race car.
Here's a replay of the wreck that just happened.
It's already gone. He's already up against the wall.
It's the tail end of the wreck right here. Look up high. You see the flame right there on the right-hand side of your screen. There's Buckshot's car.
Heavy fire on that race car. And Randy, as you talked about, at this point in time, now you're trying to get all your safety harnesses off, the belts, the hoses.
You're encapsulated in this thing now. I mean, we found out, the safety industry, that you don't want to move at all in these race cars.
Here's on board Michael Waltrip's car.
It's right in front of Michael. We have a front view. Fire's terrible. I mean, that is, I think, every race car driver's worst nightmare, is because no matter how calm you want to be, you panic.
Well, Buckshot's out of the race car. Under caution for the 4th time tonight. Bobby Hamilton Jr. continues to lead here at the Kentucky Speedway. We'll be back.
Back to about the 36th place car was less than half a second on the stopwatch. Tight field.
Travis Geisler in the Tucson number 36. He's from Pittsburgh, but Nashville's his adopted home, as he's a graduate of Vanderbilt, mechanical engineering major.
You know, ever since I've met this young man, guys, he's really impressed me. He's been very calm but very steady since he got under this 36 car. And he usually does a pretty good job qualifying and pretty smooth at racing.
Well, racing's in his blood. His father, Lynn, a legend in Western Pennsylvania late model racing.
He works in the shop every day, just like everyone else that works on this race car. And he said earlier in the week, I know what it takes, I think, to get around Bristol. You have to survive it. Plus, whatever I tear up, I have to be a part of fixing it.
That crew includes Ricky Pearson, David's middle son. Travis, 15:68. He's going to be holding his breath for a little while longer with that time. Probably get him in.
Travis Geisler, Ron Hornaday, and the yellow flag is out for the 8th time in the race. Well, now this is going to make it interesting for some pit strategy here.
Yeah.
86 to go.
Coming in, get 4 if I have 4. Topping it off.
I think all cars have 4 tires, and I think now would be a very good time to stop and change those tires. And Hornaday, he spun back in turn 3. I didn't think he was going to get to the Geisler car, but as you can see, he did.
Second incident he's been involved in tonight.
He's having a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah. Here we go. Little help.
Little help by Jason Leffler. Hornaday spent, I think think he's going to miss, but
And I think he got a little help too.
this is on board Michael Waltrip's car. Oh, there we go, the 66 car.
Go high, go high, go high, go high.
When the 2 car backed off because of the spun car, 66 runs in the back of it. All right, now who's going to pit? Let's see. Going by the entrance.
They got to be coming in, huh?
Not Junior.
Wow.
Oh, pit road's closed. That's why the red flag is still waving over there.
Say they have to be coming in.
Yeah. That would explain it.
That would be bad strategy, I think.
So we got a second here before they get back around. There he is. That is right in between turns 1 and 2, right?
Number
And that one spot.
Yeah.
But Harvick's guys had a great pit stop, and the 03 car came in as Harvick was leaving, and Harvick had to completely stop.
So Earnhart Jr. holds on to the top spot on the exchange of pit stops. There are 82 laps to go. Under caution after Travis Geisler and Ron Hornaday spun.
That is Stan Barrett, the 91 car. We got trouble.
Travis Geisler in the 36.
This 36 car has had a long evening.
And McLaughlin spins once again on about the same spot he had trouble earlier.
Get it rolling, buddy. Come on. All right, you're good. Get it rolling.
And Paul Manard did not fare so well under this.
What happened?
Man,
boy.
It looks like the 36 car hit the apron and shot it back up the racetrack. Did you see it different?
I just saw the Menard pound that outside retaining wall.
Boy, he hit hard. Watch this.
Yeah, the 36 car got on the apron, got loose, and shot him up the racetrack.
Under caution, we'll be back. Team owned by, got trouble, turn 2. Got a spinner, Travis Geisler. Caution flag is out. Okay, let's hold that thought. Hold that thought. Man.
We need some tires, Ricky.
Travis talking about Ricky Pearson, right?
The crew chief said we need some tires.
So this would be yellow flag number 10 in the race.
Oh, well.
And no, we're not there yet.
No. I wasn't even thinking about asking.
Oh, he got some help.
Yes, he did. Stanton Barrett in the 91 car that made contact with him down in turn 1.
Beautiful 360, though.
It wasn't a nice 360, was it? So Travis is able to fire it up and continue away. The 23-year-old from the Pittsburgh area in his 10th NASCAR Busch Series start.
This is Kenny Wallace from the front bumper of the 23 Stacker 2 car.
I'm amazed that camera survives anytime we put it out there on one of these short tracks.
Been lucky with it.
Yeah. Especially Kenny had that problem with the right front earlier and got into the wall in turn 3. And it survived. Still going.